What is going on, guys? Bronze Tech here with a new review, and today I want to talk about a monitor that I think is a great value when it comes to future-proofing yourself for next generation gaming and also having the right specs so that you can become a content creator as well. And that's the key. You want a monitor that's going to be a great tool and that's going to be able to produce the best results. In addition, I know I was talking about using an ultrawide, but I switched back over to a 2K 16:9 monitor, and I think that it's still definitely usable, and it's definitely a lot cheaper if you want a color accurate monitor. So let's dive into the review. I know you guys are gonna like this video because it's definitely just in time right after the release of Nvidia's next generation cards. So definitely check out this video if you're considering a monitor for that next generation gaming, or if you want to be a content creator. All right, let's dive right in. So this is the Acer Nitro XV272U that I got off Amazon, and I heard about this monitor on Slick Deals, and I was really curious about it because of its price point. I'll leave the list of specs here so I don't have to read them out to you, and I'll also dive into the things that I think are really important about this monitor. And first off, I wanted to talk about the color accuracy of this monitor. What I really appreciate is companies going, above and beyond for the customers and actually giving you a certificate that this model has been pre-calibrated to have the best colors. So that's what I like about this monitor and what Acer did. They actually gave you a certificate that states that it has 98% DCI-P3, which roughly translates also to 130% sRGB. And this is great because I don't want to have to tinker around with the settings or even buy a color calibrator, because it's definitely something I just don't want to mess around with and waste time with. I want it to work straight out of the box, and this is very useful, especially if you're a photo editor or a video editor. So the very first TV I got was 100% sRGB, and after buying new gaming monitors which don't prioritize color accuracy, you can definitely tell the difference. And it's important to really understand that the difference between 100% sRGB is not that much from 130%, but if you want to be able to see all the details and colors of pictures and videos, I'm starting to see the difference now. So this does also have Freesync, and I checked, I do have a NVIDIA RTX 2070 Super, and I checked the control panel, and it says that it is G-Sync compatible. So those of you looking for G-Sync technology, this is definitely compatible, and I can't really tell the difference between G-Sync compatible and also officially G-Sync supported. So definitely get this if you do have an NVIDIA card as well. All right, so I forgot what the pixel density is, but at 27 inches, so any monitor at 27 inches, I definitely think that 1440p is the sweet spot. Definitely also depends how far you sit away from the monitor. I could still tell the difference between 4K, but for those who are looking to upgrade from 1080p, this is the right step. I believe that in the next 3 to 5 years, 1080p gaming will be obsolete and everything will be replaced by 1440p. And if you want to be future-proof for gaming, this is the type of monitor you want to get. IPS, 1440p, 144 Hz refresh rate, and just greatness overall. So here's another thing. I think 1440p is the sweet spot for next generation gaming, just because you can see the benchmarks that are coming out. For example, on this graph that I got from Tom's Hardware, showing the average frame rates for the next generation cards, you can see that the 3080 tops out at around 140 frames per second. Now, I know there are more graphically intense games than Far Cry 5, but I think that Far Cry 5 really challenges the GPU enough to be a good litmus test as far as if the game can play at 1440p. And even when the next gen 3070 comes out, it's still going to be able to reach that 144 refresh rate that this monitor has. I think that the market has definitely worked with each other, and all the companies realize that they need to release a product that pairs well with these GPUs, so it's good to keep that in mind when selecting new monitors. Now again, with every game it's going to be different. Every game is going to have its, variance as far as average refresh rate, but after seeing, a lot of games, AAA titles being released and its benchmarks, you can definitely reach that 144 hertz no matter what. It's as long as you scale the resolution down, and I definitely think that games will still look sweet if you have a top 3 card. So this monitor also comes with a stand that I believe it looks kind of clunky to me. I definitely do not like the round table stand that it comes with. I prefer to have a clean desk. I mounted it to my arm mount, and this is the one that came with my ultrawide, or this is the one I bought for my ultrawide, and it just easily fit with a VESA mount. So keep that in mind, that this monitor is compatible with a VESA mount. So I'll leave the link for that as well. It's definitely important to clean up the look of your desk if you care about aesthetics like me. I definitely like less clutter on my desk and less things on my desk, so an arm mount kind of removes that mount for you, and it kind of makes it look like a floating genie. So Backlight Bleed was semi-decent. I mean, I really don't care about Backlight Bleed that much. I know others do, but mine had Backlight Bleed in 3 corners of my screen, so this will vary from monitor to monitor, but just wanted to let you guys know about this. And also, with every IPS monitor I've had, there's always Backlight Bleed, so it's just something I got used to. In addition, this does have HDR 400 certification, so I tested it out. I think it was pretty good. Like, when I was watching these dark scenes of this movie, I really could see how bright it was contrasting with the highlights, and then also the lowlights were also really dark as well. So great for movie watching, and I definitely will think about, I was never really thinking about HDR in general when making a monitor purchase, but now that I see the benefits, I think I might consider it in my next purchase. So on the back, you have a joystick button that's really useful for navigating the menus. You can have set different profiles for gaming and stuff like that. And then as far as inputs go, this has 2 USB 3.1 ports on the back, has 2 HDMI ports, 1 display port on the back as well. And this one's the one that should support the Freesync and G-Sync. And then also it has a USB output and 2 USB 3.0s on the side. So this is an IPS monitor, and again, I think that if you have an IPS monitor, you can't go wrong with, as far as movie watching, gaming, and content creation. So this is my take on IPS. So yes, there's VA, and I won't even consider TN because TN is so washed up, like has washed off colors. Like if you can get a good IPS monitor, a 27-inch, and have it 2K or 1440p, then I think you have the best of both worlds. You have the best of every world basically, because you're getting something that's great for productivity. You're getting something with a great response rate, because nowadays IPS monitors definitely, the main drawback was that it had very slow response times, but since this does have a 4 millisecond grade to grade response time, it's definitely one of the fastest. Yeah, since IPS caught up now as far as response time, it's definitely suitable for gamers, and it's going to be a main selling point for IPS panels. VA is around the same price now. You expect to pay around like 50 to 100 bucks less for the same exact specs, so I think that you should save up the 50 to 100 bucks, or if you can find a good deal on Black Friday or something like that, try to wait for an IPS level panel so that you get the best of every world. Again, I've done a lot of research on 2K IPS gaming monitors, and this is probably the best one I've come up with in the past 2 years. So definitely check this one out. I'll leave a link below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and hit that notification button so that you can be alerted if I have a new tech product coming out. I definitely have some laptops coming out, and I definitely have a few cool ideas I want to share with you guys, and I can't wait to show them to y'all. All right, guys, you have a good evening. You have a good day, and I'll see you on the next video.